Hi, fellow nurses. My name is Nicole Viano. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also a board-certified integrative nurse coach. I am a graduate from the International Nurse Coach Association, and I also am a graduate from the course that you all are taking right now. And I am thrilled that you have decided to devote these next few days to learning about how much food affects people, your patients, your clients, and you. You're going to learn so much about how food really affects you too. So I was asked to share a little bit about what I am doing with the food plans, and I just want to share just a snippet. So when I first completed this particular class, I felt really overwhelmed because I was handed a bunch of tools from the Institute for Functional Medicine. I learned the science, I learned all this amazing information, but it was a lot. So what I decided to do was take a step back, give myself some kindness and some time to really dive into the plans. Once I had done that, the plan that really spoke to me was the Elimination Food Plan. The Elimination Food Plan, as you'll learn, is the gold standard for helping people understand if they have food sensitivities without using any supplements or any blood draws or any kind of additional testing. It's only food and the person. We take away foods, certain foods, for 21 days and then add them back one at a time, asking our clients to really pay attention to how those foods challenge their bodies physically, their minds and their emotions, and really their energetic spirit. And when they can determine whether or not certain foods are causing them any symptoms like headaches or bloating or flatulence or reflux or joint pain, all those things that people think are kind of normal for them, they realize that food is the cause of all of their symptoms, and when they took it away, those symptoms were relieved. I mean, that's huge power for people. And then they can determine, keep the food and suffer the consequences, or take out that food and have the power to feel really good in their body, mind, and spirit. Very, very powerful. So I actually did the plan when I first came home so that I would know what I was talking about, because really, honestly, we can't teach and come from a space of authenticity without truly understanding how it feels ourselves. So 21 days, I removed all the different foods, and what I discovered is that I have a little bit of a sensitivity to sugar. In fact, I feel now that I have somewhat of an addiction to sugar because when I take it out and when I want it back, I want more and more and more and more. So it also changes my personality a little bit. Makes me very lethargic. So I discovered that. So now I have the power to keep it or take it out. So having a keen understanding of how the plan works, understanding the science, because I graduated from the class you're taking, then I decided, well, shoot, how am I going to share this with the world? Because this is hugely powerful information. So I decided, let me think on that. I went to a yoga class, and it was at the beginning of the year in January, and we were determining what kind of resolutions we'd like to make. And the yoga practice also included a journaling practice. And so what I discovered midway through the journaling is that I really wanted to do this Elimination Food Plan as a group with others because, one, I enjoy being in a group. It's much more fun. And as a group, we become much wiser because we're able to share all of the different information that we have experienced in our lives. In addition, it breaks the cycle of isolation. And I don't know about you, but nowadays we have a lot of isolation. So creating a space for people to come to that's safe and inspiring and accountable and educational seemed to me to be the right thing to do. So during that journaling practice, I thought a lot about how I would feel, what it would feel like to be successful, like numbers and business stuff and things like that. And what I determined was 6 people I would be satisfied with. And so I went home and I thought, oh, Nicole, don't do this. You can't do this. all that negative self-talk we can do. And then I thought, no, you should do this. You have to do this because you have this knowledge and it needs to be shared because you yourself experience so much change and impact from the Elimination Food Plan. So sharing that in my circle of influence, the people I know, the people that I see, the people I talk to, just seemed the right thing to do. So I started to send out, crafted an email and send it out to all the people that I know, that I see on a daily or week-to-week basis, and send it to people near and far. And what happened was I ended up with 17 people who were interested in doing this Elimination Food Plan with me. I charged a little bit less than what I do now because I just felt, as a business owner, that I wanted to kind of flush out some of the details with this particular group. And everyone was satisfied with the price. So onwards, I created a curriculum, slideshow presentation, one based entirely on the elimination phase and one based entirely on the reintroduction phase. And within each phase, I really focused on some of the science. What is leaky gut? What does that feel like? What is it doing? How is it impacting our health? Also, inflammation, same things. How is inflammation affecting our health? And then also focused on the level of toxins such as food colorings and additives and things that are in our present day food. Also, how to read labels. Simple things, so we really read the ingredients so we know what we're eating. All of this information coupled with the group setting in a very secret Facebook group with ground rules established and confidentiality enhanced. And people knew who was in the group. And that was okay because that was part of the ground rules that we set and that we would maintain confidentiality within that group. And then throughout the journey, we were together for 8 weeks because we had a week before, 21 days, and then we continued onward with the learning and into the reintroduction phase, and then concluded the program. Now, I did take some stats, and because we got to have stats, so you'll learn about the medical systems questionnaire. I did the medical systems questionnaire with them at the very beginning before we even started the Elimination Food Plan. And then at 2 months' time, we did it again. It was amazing because people's reported symptoms were reduced by more than 50% in less than 2 months. Oh my gosh. So if someone's reported symptoms were a total of 100, those symptoms are now reported at 50. So they chopped their symptomology in half. And they attributed those symptoms to particular foods. So they knew which foods were causing them sensitivity. And then they can choose what they're going to do to enhance or deter from the best health that they can have. People saw this in black and white, the before and the after. And then we coupled that with a keen understanding and awareness of how their bodies feel physically, how they feel in their minds, and how they feel in their energy. Those two things combined really gave the participants ownership of their health and laid a very strong foundation for building future health. And that to me is super exciting, let alone all the amazing things that people would tell me. For instance, I had an 84-year-old who complained of constant that kind of thing, and her voice would get raspy. She took away dairy, and when she removed it, that went away. When she took a drink of milk again, she noticed that came back. She was so excited that she did not have to have a raspy voice or that clearing of the throat because she could choose not to have dairy anymore. I've had people send me messages and call me to say that this plan has changed their lives because they started to make changes and more changes and more changes to enhance their health by starting with this very basic platform of the Elimination Food Plan. So I am satisfied with my work. What do they say? They say in Ikigai, do what the world needs, do what you're good at, do what you can make money, and then, shoot, I forget the last one, but do what people need. That's it, something like that. But anyways, I feel very strongly about this Elimination Food Plan, and the tools that you're going to receive are amazing, very science-based. And if you have any questions about any of this information, I would love for you to talk to me. My name is Nicole Viano. My email is Nicole, Nicole, at blue, as in the color, monarch, as in the butterfly, health, as in the vision for our future, .com. Thanks so much. Have an amazing time. Learn as much as you can, and I look forward to hearing how successful you are.